They'll run on first down. Elliott, and he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They'll try and run down here inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Marr now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
And the Texans first down.
Watson on first down. It's complete to Hopkins. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Texans 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Prescott to throw it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper. 78 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
This is taken near the 13. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On first down, it's Watson being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 66 yards.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Switch. Switch.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
6-man.
Second and 5. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This is third and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Texans 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Cooper was the target there, and that'll bring up second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. We're going to 54, right here. Check 24, check 24. Switch it, hey. Here we go, going to 54, right here, 26.
Final play of the half, Prescott. Caught by Cobb. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. To throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Check 55, Mike.
Give him. Brings up
10th carry now for Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Right there in the middle, 55.
brings up 3rd down.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. SOS.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. Going deep here for Stills. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, an 80-yard touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
47. Then we're going to 53.
And the blitz does come. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Maybe a free play for Watson. Open man, the tight end falls. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all of these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Me and you all day. Now learn. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Another time now.
Here's Watson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Here we go. 188. Here we go. Going to 54. 188. Not today, you are. Not today. 186.
On 2nd and 15 now. Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. 188.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Prescott. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. The They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Brings up second and 3. Cowboys 14-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They start on the ground with Elliott. He can't get him down. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Let's go.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's coming, he's coming. Hey, kill.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Hey, kill. 47. Eat. I got you. Truck. Go. Get out there. Strip that ball. There you go.
Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
You better be afraid of me. Big ass. Go to 54. Why? Hey, watch it. Under. Watch the slant. Motion. Here we go, 46. Check 50. Check 55. 26.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. They keep it with Miller on first down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 18-yard line.
Reset. 19. 24.
On second down, it's Miller. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw, and this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Touchdown, Houston.
On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
24.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Right. Me. We're going to 54. Why here? 41. We got to wedge that. I got it. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike.
Back to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Hey, here we go. Watch the 26.
He'll look to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Check. We're going to 53. Rush in. Go. Get out. 26.
Prescott under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And
numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him. Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
This is it. 24, 19. Check. Let's go.
Off of play action, it's Watson rolling to his right. He's got a first down past the 30, and he is out of bounds right around the 34. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Watson off play action. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On the toss, here's Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Now Watson.
An interesting and intriguing.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
5. Curl. Check 13. Undercrunch. Check. Lucky. Hey, alert 3.
Now Foles. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover.
Check. He's crossing. He's checking crack. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Here's Watson. Steps away to his left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. Shedding through the defense. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
No score after one on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal.
Coming after you. Watch twins. Watch twins.
Here's Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Foles. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Completes it to Lee. He got 29 yards that time. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 25, check 25. Check 3, check 3, check.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Watson. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
First down, Houston.
On first down, Watson. With a catch made by Hopkins. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On second down, here's Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Faking the give, now Watson. It's complete, Stills. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 25 yards that time.
First down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
On first down, it's Miller, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete, and he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Foles. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And this will be a touchdown.
Yeah, good job.
Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Texans 14, Jaguars 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get enough.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Switch. Take four. Hey, I need one over here.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. He's got it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Texans push further out in front. On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Jaguars 6. Ka'imi Fairbairn had the kickoff for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the head.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offense.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw is Watson. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
13. Check 24. Sponge.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw on second and 10, Foles. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception.